Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. Gold Standard Basketball live from the Killer Beez Arena here in Michigan, taking on the New York Skyliners. In the booth tonight, it's your boy Aaron Hughes. I've got Rusty alongside me tonight. Rusty, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Always fun to have some action here. And look at all those superstars. Puffin Stuff, Counterman, Thomas, Savage, Turner, Buckets. All these people, great to watch.
Yeah, should be an absolutely phenomenal contest here today. New York kind of struggling a bit this season. They're 1-2 coming into this one. Michigan 2-1. I believe they lost to Portland last week. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. As we are underway here, New York going to start with possession. This is Thomas, I believe, to Counterman.
Oof.
And immediately an illegal screen by Eli Simmons, the power forward. So Michigan going to get an early turnover here.
Yeah, what you hate to see, and both teams probably playing the two, I would say, best teams of the West right now, Portland and Oakland, and they both are coming off of losses, so they're both going to be excited to see if they can correct those.
Yes, cover star Tim Riggins finds Slimer Puffin Stuff in the corner. Splash, baby! Michigan starts off with a big bucket in this one off the turnover.
And those guys are capable of doing this.
Yes, Eli Simmons tries to respond on the other end. No good. Puffin Stuff with the board for the Beez. Now Bucket's going to fire it up. It'll be a long two. Doesn't fall. DeMora down with it for New York.
Yeah, trying to keep that momentum going, but it's okay to stop for a minute.
Yeah, Counterman to Thomas for three. Can't get that to fall. Aaron Ike coming down with it for Michigan. Now fires it down to Puffin Stuff in transition. They're going to go pull it back, find Turner. Turn around, short range. Can't get that to fall. Thomas with some great defense on the break there.
And Bucket, their leading scorer. Or, no.
Thomas.
Oh, yeah, Thomas.
This is Counterman now from the wing. Now Savage to DeMora. Now Thomas going to fire it up from deep mid-range. Can't get it to fall. DeMora comes down with a little one-handed slam home on the putback.
I like to see that from DeMora, the big man. You know, you're called the Skyliners, so you gotta have your big man be good, right? So
right.
See that centerpiece.
Yeah, Turner with it now for Michigan.
Say Turner is the leading scorer, so good job on Thomas to guard against him. All these key names.
Now Riggins gets a screen from Buckets, fires it up deep two, gets that to drop.
Great shot there, Riggins. Great perimeter player. Great scorer for the Beez. Tough to stop.
Yeah, looking at the predictions in this one real quick as a three fired up there. Splash, baby. That was Ant Thomas. We'll get to the predictions here in a moment. New York finally fires off a three of their own to match Michigan's earlier on.
And Michigan was coming in. They were the #1 team until some polls had them at #1 until they lost to Portland. So still very much up there. Riggins.
Yeah, nice floater down the middle by Riggins, the cover athlete here in Gold Standard for Season 1. Gets that nice ball to drop over Counterman and one other for the Killer Beez. Savage with it now. DeMora in the post. He's on Aaron Ike. Getting to those predictions real quick as Ant Thomas fires up another deep three. No good. Ike down with the board. Michigan slated at 74% to win this one by chat tonight as Riggins with a nice floater around Counterman again pushes the lead up to 4 for Michigan.
Yeah, it makes sense to me as reasons to stay. New York struggling a bit. They just need to find some kind of consistency. You know, they're taking a lot of threes and they're just not falling.
And Simmons fires up a deep two, no good. And DeMora with a put-back poster on Aaron Ike there. Cuts the lead back down to 2 now in favor of Michigan, who are going to call a timeout here. 6:20 left to go in the first.
New York are comfortable taking all these threes. You know, big old DeMora down there to clean up anything might be missing. And keep shooting those outside shots. Eventually they start falling. You're rolling.
Aaron Ike, the only rostered center here for Michigan, the tallest player on this Killer Bees team at 7'1".
Yeah, and it hasn't seemed to stop them. They're still a very gritty kind of defensive team that likes to run and score in the perimeter, especially with Riggins and Kerner, pretty good guard for them. So they might not have the size, but they're a nasty little team.
Yeah,
nasty
Michigan.
little beat.
Yeah, Michigan this season opted to go for a bit more versatility. They're rostering 4 power forwards this season. Brian Buckets, who's out there starting, Sada Baby, Wheatstraw, and Jeremiah Prophet as well, the other 3 power forwards. Here's Ali now. Fires that up and over, no good. Buckets with the board. Ali again tries to fire it up. Gets that one blocked away by Tim Savage. Here's Counterman going to fire it up from deep. Splash, baby, Sarah Counterman.
I love her game. It's not just because everyone fantasy, but just that size and scoring ability is so deadly.
Yeah, Counterman hasn't really been super efficient from the 3 so far this season. Only comes in at 22%. Gets called for a reach and foul there as well. Good active hands, though. She almost had the steal on that particular possession. But a bit too aggressive. Gives Michigan a chance to build something on the inbound.
And just going back to the conversation about heights, I wonder, like, if Michigan might not have the tallest player on the court, but I wonder what the averages are. I need some articles about, on average, who's the tallest team.
So, both, yeah, well, okay. Michigan's Aaron Ike, as that's another deep 3 ball there. Skyliners on an 8-0 run at the moment. They're up by 4. Aaron Ike is 7'1", same height as King Demora. The tallest player currently for either team is the backup center Angelo Marciano at 7'3", as Ant Thomas going to get called for a shooting foul on the drive there. Truck Turner to the line for 2. One of only 2 point guards in this game, period. The other being Ant Thomas for New York, who's rostering 4 shooting guards. Michigan, as we mentioned, rostering 4 power forwards. They have 3 small forwards in Ali, Riggins, and Wulong Chi, who they like to run at the 2 sometimes, and then Puff and Stuff their lone shooting guard.
Yeah, so it's a curious thing to see how these teams come in and construct their rosters. And there's not able to make that free throw. Seems like a guard-oriented team versus a forward-oriented team. Always exciting when these kind of teams match up.
Yeah, Turner splits the pair there, no longer perfect of the season. Here's Demora now to Tim Savage. Finds Ant Thomas off an off-ball screen. Splash, baby! New York Skyliners really starting to cook here late in this first quarter.
Yeah, they can bring those shooting numbers up that they've been struggling a bit from the outside this season. Oh my, New York can be deadly. And gritty on the defense.
A counterman with it. Now Thomas in the corner.
Oh.
Splash, baby, again. It's raining here in Michigan, courtesy of New York.
Wow. And defense to offense. Great transition score.
Yeah, this is Dante Ali with it now. They get a screen from Ike. Try to drive in. Gets reach. Draws a reach in rather by Demora. Killer Bees, instead of going for the inbound, going to call a timeout. They're down 9 currently.
Yeah, it'd be good just to settle the team down, slow down this momentum New York has, and get your subs in there, get some new looks, and run some other plays. Michigan's used to grinding out their games anyways, but they gotta play some better defense on the perimeter.
Yeah, great defense there by Twinkle Toes Jr. for New York. Gets the turnover again. And going to try and respond to the other end. Can't get it to go. Wulong Chi comes down with it for Michigan. Finds Prophet. but can't get the up and under to go through Vasquez. So we'll see Jeremiah Prophet, the Atlanta, Georgia native, go to the line for 2 shots.
Yeah, and Michigan going to try to attack. Already drawing several fouls. Try to earn some points at the line, cause some foul trouble, slow the game down, all the things that will be advantageous for them.
First one falls there for Prophet. Lead now 8 in favor of the Skyliners. And second one no good, so Prophet will split the pair here. This is Twinkle Toes with it for the Skyliners on Wulong Chi. Gonna find an open dish to Vasquez, who slams it home.
Yeah, what a great pass. So New York backing on the outside, and now they're doing some pick and roll action, driving in.
Yeah, defense hasn't really been there. Puffin Stuff, as you see, still in the game. He's at the 1 right now. Here's Sada Baby. This is Dante Ali now again on the wing, or in the corner rather. Gets a screen from Prophet and drives it home for Michigan.
The Bees don't necessarily have one go-to scorer. They have about 4 guys that all have over 10 points. And Ali's one of them. So good at driving in and popping up and hitting those little biddies like he just did.
Yeah, here's Ant Thomas, tries to drive through Puffin Stuff. Can't get that bucket to go, though. The aforementioned Slimer down with the board for Michigan. Gonna find an open lane. Gets absolutely thrashed from behind by Marciano.
Wow. Marciano had a hit on him.
So the Italian going to send fittingly, the New York native to the line for 2 shots.
Interesting. So, I mean, that was a good foul. The lanes were wide open, so hard foul. Good thing you didn't get a technical because a little extra force was probably necessary, but it is what it is.
First one falls there for Slimer.
I wonder if this game is a little more meaningful for Slimer as he's a New York native against his team.
I think it'd be more impactful if they were in New York for this one, perhaps. As Slimer goes perfect on this trip to the stripe. Thomas with it now for the Skyliners to Xavier Ali. Toes Jr. to Ant Thomas. Great defense by Puffin Stuff. Poked away from Toes. Puffin Stuff picks it up. I thought he was going to jam it, then pass it out to Wulong Chi in the corner. Instead, he just lays it up and in. 4-point lead now in favor of New York.
Yeah, Slimer being slithery, trying to draw a foul, I think is what he was doing there. High IQ, but good job for the Skyliners.
Yeah, as there's some Ali violence as Dante strips away from Xavier, finds Puffin Stuff on the corner in transition. Can't get it to fall, though, to Slimer. And Thomas down with the board, I believe.
That would just been too much. Too much for Slimer.
Yeah, Toes Jr. now back to Ali to Thomas. Now Marciano down low. Finds Thomas again, still working on Puffin Stuff. Gets it stripped away by Slimer. So Puffin Stuff going to look to work in transition, but he's going to just step a bit too far out of bounds. See some substitutions here for both sides, it looks like. Ant Thomas finally going to check out of this one.
And you get the steal, then you immediately step out of bounds, kill momentum, let a sub come in. I mean, that stuff almost made up for it.
Puffin Stuff almost stole it away again. Puffin Stuff going into the draft was lauded as a incredible defensive prospect, more than capable of getting steal after steal. Can't get it to go on the other end, so great defense by Xavier Ali.
Yeah, and the last game against Portland, we did see his... Oh my.
Twinkle Toes Jr. knocks it down from 3. Splash, baby. It is still raining here in Michigan, courtesy of the Skyliners.
Indeed. Yeah, I needed that after turnover.
Here's Dante Ali. Nice little floater up and in for Michigan. Cuts the lead back to 5. 41 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. This is Xavier Ali. Now Twinkle Toes Jr. on the wing. Back to Ali. Finds Marciano at the stripe. And get it to the other side to Jojo Vasquez. Gets it stripped away by Profit. Puffin Stuff comes up with it. Finds Ali in transition. Lead now single possession
He got
for
like
Michigan.
4 steals already. Slimer. My goodness.
Something like that. Props on that. Steal assist, though, has to go to Jeremiah Prophet with some nice active hands on that particular possession. Dante Ali going to get called for a foul on Lucas Muller. So the shortest member of this New York team going to go to the charity stripe with 6 seconds left to go in this first quarter.
Yeah. And good play. You know, they're turning it over so much. Just nice to get an actual shot attempt here. Slimer, you talked about being such a good defensive player. We're seeing that, absolutely seeing that tonight. Last game against Portland, they actually did have 16 points and 8 assists, so he's really growing that offensive ability. I don't think anyone really expected out of him.
Yeah, when, going into the draft, like I said, Slimer was definitely lauded more as a defensive specialist. But since being drafted here by the Beez, as Muller knocks down both of his free throws, has really kind of come into his own as an offensive playmaker. As that deep pass stolen away by Twinkle Toes, fires it up, good as it goes. That's a big air ball. That'll be the end of the first quarter. New York 26, Michigan 21. Gold Standard Basketball. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back live on Twitch. Stick around. Second quarter action here in Michigan. New York up by 5 on the Killer Bees currently. It's been pretty back and forth so far. New York has gotten to close to a double-digit lead, but hasn't quite eclipsed that yet, thanks to some great defense by Michigan.
Indeed, and, watching this Michigan game, I feel like we need to say this will be Brent Lane's final game as the head coach. Some interesting implications with that. See what they do moving forward. See how the team responds, and so on.
And this is Wheatstraw with it now. Finds Puffin Stuff underneath the bucket. Gets that up and through Lucas Muller.
Puffin Stuff has been in the game the entire time so far.
To be fair, they don't really have anybody that can kind of take his place.
Yeah.
Like, with how strong he is both offensively for Michigan and defensively has been since he was a prospect, his Twinkle Toes launches up a deep 3, no good. Puffin Stuff with the board. They don't really have anybody that could, like, the closest person you have that could replace him is Truck Turner, but that's your starting point guard.
Right, and now they're playing them together. I mean, it works well.
So, like, if I were Michigan's staff, I would probably be shopping around somewhere in the trade market. Maybe trade away one of your 4 power forwards to a team that may need a bigger presence down low for somebody that can kind of fill the role of a Truck Turner or a Puffin Stuff off the bench, as Vasquez gets called for the foul on Truck Turner, who's going to go to the line for 2 here, or for 1 here, excuse me.
Yeah, Turner's fantastic dribble moves and driving in, get fouled, and maybe that is something to do, a trade to restructure this roster a bit. I mean, they are 2-1 and a tough game here, so it's still early to tell if they really got the right pieces or not. But
yeah, and admittedly, this is less about finding a piece to help win games. It's more finding somebody that can give Puffin Stuff a break. As you see, he's finally taking a break. He's on the bench now.
Yeah.
It's like Wheatstraw going to be his replacement for the moment. Or rather, Riggins is, Wheatstraw is Riggins' backup in this instance. This is Vasquez with it now to Twinkle Toes. Without a lot of time left on the shot clock. Twinkle Toes going to drive, gets fouled by Wheatstraw. Where?
I couldn't tell you.
Number 23.
Twinkle Toes got that magic touch to him. Referee's just gotta call the foul.
Apparently, 2 shots here for Twinkle Toes Jr. And out of Whispering Feet, Iowa.
Here, Quan Lulong Chi on the bench saying some inappropriate things about these referees. Hey, they call it both ways. I mean, Michigan's getting plenty of fouls.
That is a fair point. As TT goes 0 for 2, so as the saying goes, ball don't lie.
Yeah.
Both shots missed there for New York. Here's Wheatstraw with it on the other end. Gonna look to drive.
Oh.
Finds an open lane. Nice move there by Petey Wheatstraw to get up and through his defender.
Yeah, just patient dribbling. He brought it up court and then had a nice little hop step in. Great moves.
Toes, though, finds himself with an open 3. Can't get to the fall. Buckets with a nice rebound over 2 Skyliners. Here's Riggins, finds Wheatstraw. Looks to get that up and through Toes. Can't get the first to go. Can't get the second to go with the Mora there. Now
Yeah,
Muller
probably
with it.
Should have passed out of there, but good effort still by Wheatstraw.
An offensive 3-second violation, so turnover woes continuing here for New York. Is Michigan going to call a timeout after that to regroup a little bit?
Yeah, and coming in with a 4-point lead now. Again, close game. We've seen New York light it up at the beginning of the game, and then just had a bunch of turnovers, and Michigan's been feasting off of those. And now it seems Michigan's defense is locking in a bit more. You know, New York counter-resist. See Ant Thomas likely to come back in. He'll be good at opening up some plays.
We'll have to see what changes these teams make out of this timeout here.
Or
Here
the Killer Bees cheerleaders called the Queen Bees. I mean,
That would make sense.
if either their owners are in the chat, please, what are your cheerleaders called? And please say it's the Queen Bees.
Turner with it now, finds a cutting buckets. Lead now up to 6 in favor of Michigan. What a great cut by Billy Buckets. Sorry,
Yeah,
Brian Buckets.
And, you know, you could have thrown it down, but, you know, save your energy. Just a little hop, a little layup, don't need anything else.
It's midway through the second quarter. Ain't no need for all that right now.
Exactly.
Here's Demora to Savage. Vasquez in the paint, back out to King Demora. Now Thomas. Savage, Vasquez, Thomas, no good. Demora tip in.
Wow. And Demora has been very impressive, just getting these offensive rebounds and putbacks. He's been key for them. This is third one, at least.
Ike, now Riggins here for Michigan. Gonna get a high screen by Buckets. Opts not to take the roll. Low time on the shot clock. Riggins gonna force the contact. Foul called on Tim Savage and the bucket.
Wow, look at that showmanship there. He's excited. He's hyped up. Got a little handshake with Wheatstraw. Riggins definitely embracing the cover athlete that he is.
Yeah, that one definitely a draw foul 110 moment there.
Yeah. Now can you finish it? I know he's probably seeing two. Well, I'll wait. Okay. Yeah, Riggins out there. It's, you know what's so impressive is he probably sees like 2 or 3 rims at all times because of his.
But he's perfect from the charity stripe this season.
Just go. It's like LeBron said one time. Just go for the one in the middle.
Counterman launches up a deep 3 that bounces in and out of the rim for New York. Finds Wheatstraw, looks to go over Vasquez, no good. New York still down by 7. Here's Savage. No good there either. Buckets with the board.
Need those shots to fall. Oh.
Turner with a nice drive to Thomas on the other end.
And
Skyliners early on in this one, by the way, were really kind of winning the volume game, but now Michigan's really stepped up in that department.
Yeah, and a lot of it's these turnovers that they've been forcing, and some unforced turnovers as well. They just had more shot opportunities.
Vasquez no good on the turnaround jumper. Here's Turner. Nice little behind the back dribble there. Gets through Thomas. Nice little roll up and no good though. Now Thomas trying to shrink this lead down from 9. Gets it poked away. Stolen by Truck Turner. Good active hands by Michigan again. Forces another turnover. Here's Riggins going to drive up and over Demora.
And I like that. He passed it. He could have shot the 3, but he just immediately hard cut to the basket. Could have dumped it off. Could have scored. Put New York in a tough situation.
Skyliner is going to call a timeout now that Michigan has taken the first double-digit lead in this contest. Very much going to been a game of runs so far in this one. Thomas now working on pumping stuff.
Okay, that's what you need. Just get the ant. It's a battle of the insects here, right? So, get the ant. Let him do his work.
Is Puffin Stuff an insect? I thought he was more marshmallow than anything.
Well, he's still a bee, no matter what. Might be a marshmallow bee though.
That's fair, I guess. Shot no good there by Thomas. Puffin Stuff finds Ike, gets that blasted away by Counterman.
Bouncing to the ceiling. That says, get out of my way.
Demora tries to fight through Profit, no good. That's Demora. That is not Demora, that is Simmons, excuse me. This is Ali here working on Muller. Can't get that shot to go. Simmons down with it to Thomas. Got the mismatch. Demora's on Puffin Stuff now down low. They don't see him yet, though. Yeah. Thomas gets the screen from King. Demora splash, baby. That's what you need. And Thomas for 3.
Yeah, it works out. Honestly, with Puffin Stuff, he's a strong. I know he's smaller, but he's still such a presence. I don't know how much of a mismatch it is, but he'll respond.
Ant Thomas is actually shorter than Puffin Stuff, who gets his second foul there.
Yeah. I meant when Puffin Stuff was guarding Demora.
Oh. 7-inch difference on that one.
So he's smaller, but when you're that defensively minded, sometimes
yeah, 6'6" versus
that
5.
Open shot like Ant did.
Yeah, 6'6" versus 5'1". The height gap between those two.
Yeah. And you see Marciano coming in. He's just easily the tallest guy on the court now, especially with Sada Baby running center.
Yep, can't get that rebound over Sada Baby as Marciano. Here's Puffin Stuff. Tries to push through Tim Savage, but can't get that bucket to go. He'll go to the line for 2 again, though.
And such an aggressive player, he fouls on the previous possession since Thomas line. Then he forces it and then gets fouled. Just go on the line himself. He's definitely a focal point. Coming there, one of their best and their key players. Really him, Ali, and Riggins. Stay the top 3. Be interesting to see if they can try to work Wulong Chi in some. I know he had a poor shooting night last week, but he's got that potential to hit those 3s, and I'd like to see him be worked in a bit.
Yeah, Wulong Chi definitely one of those that could probably operate in that 2 spot. Give Puffin Stuff a bit of a break.
Yeah. And, you know, when you have a player that's just been producing like Puffin stuff on both ends of the floor. It's hard to sit him down.
Yeah, Wulong Chi is out there now. He's running the 2, I believe. Puffin stuff at the 1. Here's Savage working on Dante Ali. Now Thomas from the free throw line. That one doinks off the front of the rim and rebounded by Puffin stuff. Now Ali looking to drive through. Savage up and under. Can't get it to go. Savage with the board.
Yeah, good defense, Savage. Ali just having to take an awkward shot there.
Here's Counterman in the corner. Splat. No. Foot of the line. 2 points there for Counterman.
It's because the referee was in the way. He's still on the court.
Here's Ali working still on Savage. Now Puffin stuff. Back to Ali. Gets a screen from Prophet. Gonna drive in through Savage. Gets it to Prophet, who can't get that up and through Simmons. Now Counterman with it. Also, I lied, by the way. It's Marciano. Woo! That is a angry Italian.
Yeah.
I do want to correct myself, by the way. Wulong Chi is at the 3. It's Ali that's at the 2. The shorter of the small forwards, running in that shooting guard spot. Puffin stuff manages to draw a whiff steal out of Ant Thomas. Now Wulong Chi over to Dante Ali. Gets a screen from Prophet. They don't get the roll. Low on the shot clock. Up goes Dante Ali through Savage and gets that to drop late in the shot clock. Ali's got 8 points.
As a defender, you know Ali's going to drive off that screen, and you go back to guard him, he still is able to score. My goodness.
Marciano with it now over to Savage. Now Thomas fires it up right before Puffin stuff gets there, can't get the bucket to fall. Ali down with it. Gonna look to slow things up a little here, maybe allow some things to develop or try and drive through. Ball tipped away by Marciano. They're going to call it out on Sada Baby.
Marciano bringing in some good minutes, hustling, again, just dunking. He got a block earlier.
Counterman going to check out as we see her block on Ali earlier in this one, like you mentioned.
Yeah, that was an awesome one. And such a tall player at that forward spot, you know, New York's clearly got the size advantage here. I'd like to see them try to use it to their advantage and get more rebounds, but Michigan's so gritty, unable to really use that to their advantage.
Both rostered small forwards at 6'10". Here's Lucas Muller, can't get the bucket to fall. Prophet comes down with it. Here's Puffin stuff. Now Ali gets it to Sada Baby, who's got a smaller man on him now. Finds Prophet working on Marciano. Now Puffin stuff to Ali on the wing. And Ali gonna look to dance. Puffin stuff comes down with it. Nice little one-handed jam. Gonna hang on the ring a little bit for some style points.
Yeah.
Michigan up by 8 with 30 seconds left to go here in the second as Twinkle Toes Jr. knocks it down from 3. Splash, baby!
Great response by T. Jr.
Puffin stuff now, top of the key for Michigan. Gonna look to throw things down here. Wulong Chi with a 1-2 between him and Puffin stuff. Now Sada Baby working on Marciano. Nice little spin move. Gets that tipped away, though, by the big 7'3" Italian. The Killer Bee is going to maintain possession, though. 5 seconds on the shot clock. 14 on the game clock. 9-second gap for those counting at home.
I'll push back, though. You said the bigs. He's tall, but I can't say he's big. His arms are just so small.
Listen, he might be a noodle.
Yeah.
He might be a bit of a noodle, but he's 7'3".
He's a long noodle.
He is a very long noodle. Sada Baby gets blocked again. Baby manages to come up with his own board off the block, though, and put it in with very little time left of the shot clock. Only half a second. Here's Muller with it now for York. Gonna look to drive through. 2 seconds left. Fires it up. Gets it to go with 0.3 left. 5 seconds gonna be the gap unless Puffin stuff fires this up. He does not. So at the half, Michigan, the odds shift in their favor. 47-42 your score. Don't go anywhere. Gold standard. Halftime show coming up. Rusty gonna break down this one here for you. Excuse me, Rusty. The floor is yours, my friend.
Oh yeah. So this game started out as we would expect. I expected a close game anyways. Michigan came out a little slow. New York came out very hot, shooting lots of threes. Then it suddenly shifted. Michigan getting a lot of steals, a lot of turnovers. They started scoring, and then they have a back and forth affair with teams playing each other pretty tough. Michigan getting a lot of turnovers, being pretty gritty defensively, but New York just keeps finding those open threes and is unable to let Michigan close this out in any sort of way. And they've had some gritty plays on their own.
Yeah. It's been very, very back and forth here. Ant Thomas with 17, Slimer with 13. Are those numbers accurate?
I would believe it. Thomas has been a bucket, and Tough and Stuff's usage probably is.
Well, absolutely crazy here. That's the end of the halftime show, presented, of course, by the Gold Standard Basketball League. We get set to start third quarter action here in Michigan. Killer Bees up by 5. Rusty, anything the Skyliners need to do to try to temper this Killer Bees offense?
Their main thing, they just need to take care of the ball on their offensive side of the ball, or you know what, and stop turning it over, because that's how Michigan's getting a lot of easy transition scores.
Yeah, here's Aaron Ike working on King DeMore. A little up and under action. Can't get it to go. Gets the offensive board. Can't get the second chance effort, though. As Marciano going to find Savage in the corner for 3. Can't get that to fall. Simmons up with it. Bit of a bigger man roster here for New York. Marciano at the 1 for some reason. Don't ask me why that's going on.
And Counterman's still out there. And
Trey Turner wide open 3. Can't get it to fall, though. The presence of the biggest noodle in the GSB.
Yeah.
Too much for Truck Turner there as Simmons looks to go up and through Riggins and can't.
Well, this is the Skyliner lineup, the Skyscrapers.
Why do they have Marciano running the 1? I don't understand. But I guess it's kind of working, as Turner can't really do anything here. Here's Riggins, tries to go up and through Simmons. Little in and out action there. As immediately fires up a 3 on the other end. No good.
You'd think New York would want to slow the game down and take advantage of their size, but nope. There's
maybe as Riggins goes up and under Marciano there.
And I'm up here in the booth. I have no business on that sideline, but some interesting decisions being made right now. And maybe they're all just there to get Savage's rebounds.
Yeah, Counterman with the semi-open 3. Can't get it to fall. Simmons comes down with the offensive board again. Savage to Counterman to Marciano. Back to Savage.
Crazy passes, but that's usually a sign of a good defense.
Indeed. 3 ball, no good. Simmons with a nice little putback. Thought he was going to jam it home, but it does not.
Yeah, Simmons had like 3 offensive rebounds there. He's like, fine, I'll do it myself.
Turner with it now here for Michigan. Finds Aaron Ike. Now Wheatstraw. Buckets. Not a lot of movement here. Finds Turner, though, with a nice cut through Marciano. The speed mismatch kind of showing its presence there of that possession for Michigan. Timeout on the court here. Michigan up by 8? No. 7. That's how that math works.
Maybe
7-19.
Rationale here. Simmons gets those scores. You wanted to give Thomas just a little bit extra rest out of halftime. He's been putting in some work.
Yeah, he really has. He's approaching 20 points tonight. This is Tim Riggins with it now. Finds Aaron Knight. Going to pop the wide open 3. Can't get it to fall. Buckets, though, with a nice board over Simmons.
And now both teams have been doing a good job at getting offensive rebounds. Which one can step up and start getting the more defensive rebounds?
It's Savage, now Simmons in the post, working on Bryant Buckets. Gonna look to go up and through, can't get to go. Buckets with some nice defense. Leads till 7 here for Michigan. This is Wheatstraw on the wing. Gets his high screen from Buckets, opt not to go for the roll. Wheatstraw gonna drive. Wheatstraw gets it slapped away by Counterman. Buckets comes up with it, gets the bucket to go. Brian Buckets with a nice hustle on that possession brings the lead back up to 9 for Michigan.
And 8 points, 11 rebounds. DeBoer sends Turner flying. But Bucket, you love those kind of players that will just, the ball is in the air, they are going to go and get it. So he flies in and gets it and puts it back in.
Yeah, the reason that Marciano looks the noodle he does, he is the 3rd lightest player on this New York team.
Yeah.
The only players lighter than him are Twinkle Toes Jr. and Lucas Muller, who are under 200 pounds. Oh, and excuse me, he's the fourth smallest, because Ant Thomas is also 205. Is Brian Buckets with a deep 3 splash, baby? What?
Man, Buckets just a huge presence in this 3rd quarter, but
yeah, Savage gonna look to respond to the other end, can't get it to fall.
Simmons on the other end in a similar role is getting all these offensive rebounds and putting them back up. He'll hit the line. Yeah, it's where's that Italian grandma? Come on, you need to get some meat on those bones, Marciano.
Not enough pasta.
Yeah.
Simmons going to be at the line here. Michigan up by 12 currently. 5:37 left in this 4th quarter. 3rd quarter. What? First one falls there for Simmons. Clearly, I want this game to just be over at this point.
I mean, it's a great game so far.
Yeah, it definitely has been
action, a lot of blocks, a lot of dunks, good defense, good offense. Everything you want from GSP. Classic.
Yeah, Simmons knocks down both there. So 10-point lead now for Michigan. This is Truck Turner. Finds Riggins on the wing, working on Savage. Now Ike with an open lane, gonna stop and pop it through with a whatever the term is for an inward fadeaway. That's the only way I can really that's the only way I can really describe that shot. This is King DeMora, now Savage to Vasquez on the wing. Now Xavier Ali to Savage, working on Riggins. 2 seconds left. Savage fires one up and goes. Only 2 points though. They're calling foot on the line.
Put that shot up. I was already ready to say, New York just keeps taking these bad shots, but then Savage took a bad shot, had to make it.
Yeah, Turner now going to look to dance a little bit. Now Riggins going to look to dance on Savage. Finds Wheatstraw. Now Turner in the corner. Not a lot of time left on the shot clock. Turner low on the shot clock. Can't get it to fall. Savage going to look to push it in transition. Wide open lane. Gets smacked by Riggins, though. Admittedly, a smart foul there by Riggins, as Savage had a wide open look there on the fast break.
Yeah. And what you got to do. And, the cover athlete is what he's doing. It was kind of a surprise pick, I think. Even get him, a lot of people projected Ali to go there. That Michigan, those GMs and owners, be smart, grabbed Riggins, and still able to get Ali in the 2nd round.
Savage
would be pretty well so far.
Yeah, Savage knocks down the first free throw. Bunch of substitutions now coming for both sides.
And New York had the opportunity to draft Riggins, but they trade out of that #1 spot. As Savage was their favorite player, you assume, and they thought, his value, trade back, get him, get DeMora, another trade, and 1 and 2 so far, but I like the core of this team, the idea behind it.
Yeah, timeout Michigan here. New York had a rough time with free throws in the first half, as we saw. Only 2 of 10 there, but perfect so far in this 3rd quarter. They're down by 8 here. Puff and stuff to bring it up now for Michigan. Profit now. Finds a cutting Puff and stuff who slams it home.
And New York just has no help defense, and their big men just aren't rotating at all.
Yeah, Muller with it now finds Twingletoes, gonna fire up a deep 3-ball, can't get it to fall. Sada Baby with it, finds a deep pass to Wheatstraw, gonna look to drive up and through Twingletoes, no good there in transition. Toes Jr. with it to Ali, stops and pops for 3, no good there, but Vasquez tries to get the putback over 3, no good. Simmons with a third chance effort draws the foul on Sada Baby, so he'll go to the line for 2.
Yeah, that's probably Simmons' 5th offensive rebound. He's been great down there and putting it back up. After some questionable shots, I have to start being a little critical of New York here. Still down 10. Yeah, with their shooting capabilities, yeah, they can just get a little bit stronger on defense. You know, they're well in this.
First one falls is Wulong Chi gonna check back in for Wheatstraw here. Lead back down into single digits, 9 now in favor of the Killer Bees.
The Bees are up by 9. I don't even know if Wulong Chi's taking a shot.
I think he's taking 1 or 2.
Maybe.
2 for 2 goes. I already forgot who that was. Eli Simmons. Thank you. Broadcast pop up. Here's Sada Baby gonna look to drive through Simmons. Gets absolutely smacked down.
You know, I'm pretty sure the flagrant foul does not exist in the GSP because we like things hardcore.
Simmons dropping it down like the Rock on Sada Baby there.
Shoot 2.
It'll make him earn at the line. Several teams struggle with the free throw, so.
Yeah, not really priority at the moment for either side, or for a lot of players rather, as
right.
The noodle, the spaghetti noodle gonna come on now for New York. I'm gonna find a good nickname for this man at some point.
Sky Noodle.
Call him the Leaning Tower Pasta.
Yeah. Go for 2, but and that's why he gets 7 for 3 player, that long arm reach, grabbing that rebound.
As Toes tries to get that up and through Wulong Chi, who picks up his first. The crowd not happy about it in the slightest.
Cool noodles, kind of. Now this game's getting really slowed down. The referees on lots of fouls. I just realized it says Friday Night Basketball on the.
It sure do.
Look at that.
Yeah,
see something new every day.
Yeah, of course, a bit of a delayed week 4 here due to some technical issues last week. Forced a couple games to start for week 3 to be on Tuesday. Of course, Wednesday, the start of week 4 action, ending here on Friday. I believe it's going to revert back to normal schedule Monday. Of course, Nighthawk will confirm that at some point as 2 for 2 goes. Whoever that was, I missed the names. They keep slipping my brain. I'm sorry.
Pretty sure those Toes.
Ali with it now here. Gonna get it down to Puff and Stuff, who I thought was gonna set a screen. Now Sada Baby to Ali. And Ali with a wide open lane goes up and through Marciano, who gets called for a foul. Thank you, Nighthawk, confirming that the schedule will in fact be back to normal for week 5. So those games will start on Monday.
I don't know how Ali. I've called 2 Michigan games so far. Called their game last week. And just every time he rolls, he's always got an open lane. Sometimes they close in, but
I mean, it could be
first,
the
like,
pick
3
and roll.
steps.
Yeah, it could be the pick and roll defense of the defenders he's up against. It could be just he's got a really quick first step that not a lot of players can really defend against. There's a lot that goes into it. That could be the reasoning for it. Somebody call sports science on that. That's above my pay grade. As Ali splits the pair here. So 7-point lead for Michigan. Here's Muller up and through Wulong Chi, no good. So even though we haven't seen a lot of scoring efforts out of the small forward from Taiwan, we have seen some great defensive looks. Of course, Wulong Chi, as soon as I say that, gonna launch up a three. Splash, baby! Wulong Chi.
And when he makes a good play, it's the Dragon. When he makes a bad play, it's just Wulong.
House Swing City native launches up that three, pushes the lead back to 10 now for Michigan, as a nice job by Vasquez on the other end through Profit.
Good answer. Just what can New York do defensively?
Now Quan Wulong Chi for three again, bit too strong there. It banks off the back iron. Marciano down with it for New York. Now Xavier Ali to Twinkle Toes Jr. back to Ali. Finds Vasquez on Profit in the post. Back to Xavier Ali. Finds Twinkle Toes wide open three look. Can't get it to fall. Shooting woes continuing a bit here for New York as Wulong Chi on the drive. Can't get that up and through. Twinkle Toes gets his own rebound. Gets it to Sada Baby, who launched at the mid-range. No good, but gets his own putback.
Wow, I feel like I'm at the park just watching some guys play and just getting his own board, putting it back up. Stat sheet stuffer.
Gold standard, more like Blacktop Sim League, am I right? Kidding, it's a joke. Please don't fire me. Is Ali gonna have to fire up a three deep in the shot clock? Way too strong there. Wulong Chi comes down with it after the tip by Sada Baby. Now is Dante Ali. Wide open drive, gets that up, blocked by Twinkle Toes, but it will fall out of bounds at the hands of the Toe Man. And so Michigan will maintain possession here, up by 10, under a minute to go here in the third.
Do the Toes know that other players don't? He blocked Ali after I said. He was unbeatable.
Sada Baby on the inbound to Puff and stuff. Gets it stripped away by Ali. Sada Baby somehow comes up with it. Nice little one-handed hook shot up and through. Double-digit lead for Michigan. They're up 12.
And if you're New York, you gotta be so frustrated with Sada Baby just out of nowhere keeps getting these rebounds and loose balls and scoring on him.
Here's Muller on Dante Ali. Finds Xavier Ali. Now Twinkle Toes Jr. on Wulong Chi. Gonna fire up from deep after the screen by Marciano. Splash, baby! Twinkle Toes Jr.
He's been pretty electric outside. Hit several three-pointers.
Yeah, here's Wulong Chi with it. Gonna take some probing stab steps. Instead, opts to go to Puff and Stuff to Ali in the wing. Back to Puff and Stuff. Gonna look to find Puff and Stuff has the opening. Finds Sada Baby. Low on the shot clock. Sada Baby probably gonna have to fire this one up, and does. Can't get that one up and through Ali though, as Ali gonna fire this up. Good if it goes, and that doinks off the backboard. So at the end of 3, Michigan 70, New York 61. Gold standard. Get those fours up in chat. GSB live on Twitch. We'll be right back with fourth quarter action. Take a look at our State Farm assist of the game. Will be on the Michigan side. It's Brian Buckets down deep to Tim Riggins. I will give that a solid 7.5.
Yeah, it was good.
It was good, but not great. New York going to start with possession here to start the fourth quarter. Xavier Ali going to bring it up here for the Skyliners to Muller on the wing.
Yeah.
And now Toes, wide open three attempt. Splash, baby! Cuts the lead to 6 for New York.
Yeah, Toes has been great. And, Thomas has kind of disappeared the second half. I don't really feel like he's even played that much. But Toes.
Yeah, Wulong Chi looks to respond to the other end. Bit too strong there. Marciano on the board.
Yeah, good grab.
Ali finds Muller, tries to go up and through Wulong Chi. I believe that was blocked by Profit there. Now Chi with it, finds the screen from Profit, has him open underneath, opts not to take it. Wulong Chi looks to take it himself, up and over Simmons, no good.
Yeah, didn't really. Seems like he kind of forced that shot.
Maybe a little bit. Here's Muller on Jeremiah Prophet. Catches a screen here from Simmons. Muller has the opening, can't get that through. Nice chase down defense by Prophet. Here's Puff and Stuff working on Xavier Ali. Now Wulong Chi on Muller. Finds Wheatstraw, has the open look for three, doesn't take it. Gets the screen from Sada Baby. Gonna look to pop it from mid-range over Marciano.
That's good. New York's got to find defense somewhere. They're just giving up too many baskets.
And they got to find some offense, too. They're only shooting 25% this quarter. Marciano looks to get that up and over Sada Baby, and does, so leads 6 points now in favor of Michigan.
There you go. And, Puff and Stuff, let's say this, he's got a pretty good at going, like, full speed and just immediately stopping like it's nothing.
Yeah, man can stop on a dime. Puff and Stuff from just inside the charity stripe. Gets that midi to go. He's got 17 tonight.
So, scoring more than he did last week. He's probably got 4 steals to go with that. A great player for them.
Uncle Toes Jr., now Muller. Pump fake. Gonna get a screen from Simmons here. Wulong Chi able to get around it. Muller's still gonna drive anyways. Nice little spin move. Tries to go a little too fancy with it. I think gets that knocked away by Prophet. Muller's only got 4 points tonight. Wulong Chi with it now. Here's Puff and Stuff. Now Wheatstraw. Well, pick and roll action. Opts not to take it from Sada Baby. Has the open Prophet from mid-range. Can't get it to go. Simmons with the board.
Yeah, New York's.
His toes. Great chase down defense by Sada Baby. Almost got a hand on it. Enough of a contest to make that shot off by TT Jr. Now Wulong Chi to Puff and Stuff on the wing. Finds Wheatstraw wide open three. Look, top of the key. Bit too strong there. Prophet down with it. Gets smacked to the ground by Twinkle Toes Jr. That's only his first foul of the night, though.
Yeah, that foul. They go up with both arms and they just throw them to the ground. I think in the owners' meeting we're going to talk about banning that play. It's
2 shots.
going to hurt someone eventually.
Probably.
The line Prophet goes. I think New York needs to probably bring in Thomas and Counterman and whole starting unit.
Yeah.
Simmons doing good.
Yes, we're going to see Ike, Riggins, and Turner come on. Wulong Chi, Sada Baby, and Wheatstraw will take a seat, probably for the remainder of this fourth quarter.
And New York just not making. I don't think they made a single sub.
I believe we saw one. I believe Thomas is checked in now somewhere. Turns out I'm a filthy liar.
Yeah, I don't think they made a sub. No, we're good.
And New York going to call a timeout anyways here, probably to make those substitutions that you were talking about. Bring in that starting unit.
Yeah, talk about it and have a clean play to open up with. Thomas scored very well that first half. They got to go back to him. Counterman can hit her shots from outside, as she struggled a lot, but this would be the time to start making them. Savage, okay. They've got to rely on Han. He's been their man. He needs to step up big for them this fourth quarter.
Indeed. No changes, though, for New York so far. This is Muller, now Ali. Green for Marciano. That pass almost tipped away by Prophet, who gets called for the shooting foul on Simmons, which, again, these fans here in Michigan do not like in the slightest.
No. Let's see. I mean, a lot of... No. I mean, I guess he kind of pushed off, but Simmons is so big, and Prophet also a bit of a skinny guy. Ain't no way Prophet pushed Simmons that much. With just a little push in the forearm. I think Michigan might have a point.
I'm not saying there's some floppage, but there may be some floppage.
Simmons, I've been very impressed with his performance today. His rebounding and backs, and him and DeMora both been good at that for New York.
Yeah, there's definitely been some rough spots for New York in this game, but definitely a lot of bright spots too. they've managed to keep this relatively close. They're down 9 right now as Simmons splits the pair. Puffin Stuff now in the corner, gonna drive up and through Muller. Tries to go one-handed, gets that immediately smacked away by Marciano. As Twinkle Toes, not quite a wide open 3 as Riggins was there with a hand up. Can't get it to fall. This is Jeremiah Prophet with it now to Truck Turner. Working on Simmons. Now Prophet had the open look, opts not to take it. Prophet not a 3-shooter, now Turner. Gets the screen, little dance, gets that poked away and stolen by Marciano. And Twinkle Toes Jr., almost a wide open 3 in transition. Splash, baby. It's still raining in Michigan, courtesy of New York.
Okay, see, this is why I'm in the booth. I don't coach. I leave that to good friend Kios. Another great block. As
Riggins gets blocked by Marciano, and Muller, who I thought was going to go for a dunk, instead goes for a little windmill layup action here.
Just as cool. You know, shout out to cool.
Is it, though?
Maybe not as cool, but, you know.
Riggins with it
a regular layup.
Yeah. Puffin Stuff now on the opposite wing. Had Turner wide open, doesn't find him. Now Prophet. Now Turner, now Riggins. Driving through Twinkle Toes, 4 seconds on the clock. Fires up the mid-range, no good. Prophet down with it, slams that through Marciano with authority.
Yeah, enough of that.
Jeremiah Prophet.
I can get my own rebound.
We gotta find a better nickname for this man. As Toes tries to get that up and through, Riggins no good. Riggins with the board, finds Turner up through Xavier Ali. Leads to 8 now here for Michigan. 4.5 left to go in this fourth quarter. Now we're seeing the full suite of substitutions ready to come on for New York.
I'm impressed with this backup unit for keeping the game close and then breaking distance.
Yeah, Simmons can't get that up and through Jeremiah Prophet. Here's Puffin Stuff, finds Riggins, gonna pop in transition. Disrespectful stop and pop by Riggins over Twinkle Toes Jr. He's got 15.
And both teams have been...
And a... active hands by Puffin Stuff, but can't get a full handle on it. So New York going to maintain possession. This does give an opportunity for Counterman, DeMora, Thomas, and Savage to come in. They are going to keep Angelo Marciano out there for the moment, which I kind of agree with because he's been playing out of his mind in this quarter.
Definitely agree. And
Savage with it now to Marciano. I'm pretty sure, by the way, they're running Marciano at the 1 again. Here's Simmons for 3 deep in the shot clock. Can't get it to fall.
Yeah, I can't pretend to offer an explanation.
And Puffin Stuff tries to get that through Counterman off a screen, no good. Marciano down with the board to Counterman's gonna fire up a 3 in transition. Splash, baby! It is still raining in Michigan.
Yeah, you know what? That's all the explanation you need. Get the big man at the point, get that rebound, and a nice pass to Counterman.
I mean, listen, clearly the defensive matchup between the 7'3 Marciano and the 6'5 Turner is working in favor of New York. Otherwise, they wouldn't keep going for it. Is Savage going to get called for his 3rd shooting foul on Dante Ali, who will go to the line for 2 shots here. York down 7, 2:58 to go in the 4th.
Into the line. And both teams, when they play really good defense for 2 or 3 possessions, and then just are electric scoring and shooting 3s in transition or in these nice layups. But then they'll miss a shot, and New York especially will miss a shot, then have that exact thing happen to them. And Michigan's just been on the better end of this for 7 points. And 3 minutes to go. Ant Thomas finally checking in. And you gotta look to him for his scoring.
Agreed. First 3 throw missed there by Ali. Marciano no longer at the 1, so they have a better matchup, I think, speed-wise at least, with Truck Turner. with Ant Thomas checking in. Ali splits the pair here. 8-point lead for New York over for Michigan over New York, excuse me. New York going to call a timeout here. Can you tell I'm losing my mind a little bit?
I mean, it's a wild time here in the GSB. Don't pretend otherwise. How you doing, chat? Is this game living up to any hype? Exceeding expectations? What do you think's gonna happen here? I want to know from you.
Penultimate timeout for New York in this one. They'll only have the one left. Michigan still with 2:54 left here in the fourth quarter.
And I mean, 8 points, not a good lead. I mean, it's a good lead, but it's not safe lead.
Yes, New Balance player of the game going to be Slimer Puff and Stuff. No objections really here. Puff and Stuff, was very much more fully defensive specialist going into the draft, but is really developed here in Michigan to a complete package here for the Killer Bees.
Oh yeah, he can pass, shoot, dunk, drive, rebound, whatever you need, he can do it.
As Counterman with the mid-range over Riggins can't get it to fall. Puff and Stuff now to Turner, to Riggins again. They're going to opt to pull it back and try and run a play here maybe. Puff and Stuff with a 1-2 to Turner. Catches the screen from Riggins. Tries to pass that down to Ike, but bit of miscommunications there. Going to force Riggins to try and chase after it, but can't come down with the ball. So New York with possession. Here's Counterman going to drive through Riggins, up and through, gets that to fall. Don't look now, New York only down by 5.
6.
Timeout.
Yes, 6. I can't math.
Can't talk, can't math.
Killer Bees now with their own penultimate timeout.
It's okay, I mean, we're in the booth. We gotta say a lot of things, sometimes on the fly. New York just need to tidy up, play some couple defensive possessions. We've seen them have these flashes where they get a stop and then they just run and gun. That's when they're at their best. And do it. I like it when Cowerman drives in and tries to get a layup rather than just spot up and shoot it. Those aren't good shots. Excited to see what New York does as we head to this 2-minute mark.
I don't need a math tutor. I need my brain to not be a beehive, which is not going to happen until we're out of Michigan. As King DeMore with a nice steal through Aaron Ike. Savage comes up with it now in transition. They opt to pull it back. Here's Thomas in transition for 3. Can't get it to fall, a bit too strong there.
And you wonder if Thomas has too much rest.
Ike, great defense by Counterman, just sticking with Aaron Ike there. Despite the slight mismatch, now Thomas with it now, top of the key. Finds Counterman on the wing, working on Puff and Stuff. 10 seconds left to go, up through Puff and Stuff, and it goes. 4-point lead now for Michigan.
And Counterman just pulling up and shooting it, making me look bad once again, which is okay.
Yeah, Ringens with it now, going to look to try and spin a bit on Counterman. Does draw the foul. So it'll be Tim Riggins back to the charity stripe.
4 points. Definitely need to hit these because Michigan can mess around and end up losing this game if they're not focused.
Yeah, absolutely. The Dillon, Texas native going to make this firmly a 2-3 possession game here with these free throw attempts. First one falls for Riggins, so it is handily a 2-possession game.
Yeah, and they need that. And Riggins is another guy that hasn't really done much the second half, but making these shots when he needs to most.
As the second no good, so 5 points going to be the gap here. Again, firmly 2 possessions here. Has just immediately Jojo Vasquez bullies Puff and Stuff in transition. cuts the lead down to 3. As Turner stripped away by Ant Thomas. New York looking to try and keep this close. Jojo Vasquez bullying Puff and stuff. That shot, though, blocked by Aaron Ike.
That's kind of weird. Kahneman ran the complete opposite direction, but
Turner down with the rebound after the miss. And Killer Bee is going to maintain possession. 10 seconds on the shot clock, up by 3. 44 seconds left to go here. Rusty, what's New York got to do to try and maybe take this game into OT?
just defense and do not foul. Don't have to foul yet.
Yep. Here's Ali on the corner. 1 second left on the shot clock. Fires it up for mid-range. Can't get it to fall.
Okay, and you don't have to rush, but you also got the 2-for-1 opportunity here.
Oh my gosh, do it. So, they're in a situation now.
Yep, Savage cuts the lead to 1. Michigan gonna take their final timeout here. 1.8 gonna separate shot and game clock. I would not be surprised if we see the Killer Bees just try and take as much time out of this clock as possible.
Yeah, and that's what they should do, but if you're Michigan, you're gonna have to try to trap and force the turnover. If that doesn't work, okay.
Instead, New York's gonna go to the foul game here. 0.9 seconds separating shot and game clock. Michigan already in the bonus, so that foul by Ant Thomas going to immediately send Truck Turner to the line for 2 shots.
Yeah, I'm going to say this.
Opportunity knocking at the door for New York.
Ant was beelined for that. And I never seen a foul happen that quick.
First shot falls for Truck Turner, so at least one shot needs to be made for New York to at least push it into OT. A second would make this a 3-point only to tie it. Turner gets it to fall, so it's a 3-point game. Skyliners now going to call their last timeout to bring the ball into their front court. 24.9 left in the game. 24 seconds exactly on the shot clock. Just under second difference for those counting at home. Yes, I can in fact do basic math. Fight me.
Yeah, so if you're New York, you don't have to shoot the 3 yet. You got a lot of time, but you got to do it quick.
And Thomas with a nice drive through Truck Turner. That's what they needed. New York going to keep playing the foul game here. The Skyliners on a 13-4 run as Tim Savage with his 4th foul. Going to send Ali to the line for 2. 19.3 left to go. 1-point lead for Michigan. 86-85 the scoreline. This game got real good real quick.
And Michigan's led pretty much the whole time since midway of the second quarter. And New York has a chance to tie it here, if anything, no matter what Ali does. And they're doing a good job of being very quick with these fouls and shooting it. They're not wasting any time, which you love to see. Good coach.
First shot goes for Ali. Second shot goes for Ali. New York down by 3. 19.3 left to go in this one. Thomas with it now. Gonna look to push the pace here. Finds Counterman. Fires up the 3. Splash, bang, bang. It's tied. 11.7 to go here in the 4th. Michigan needs just a shot here. New York is not fouling. Riggins with it now, working on Counterman. 3 seconds, 2, 1. Riggins with the floater. Can't get it to go. We're going into overtime. Free basketball here in Michigan for Gold Standard. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Get those 5s up in chat.
Oh my.
Absolute insanity here in Michigan. 88-88 the score to start overtime here in the Killer Bees arena. It'll be Ike versus Demora on the tip. 4 minutes on the clock, won by Michigan. Here's Turner, now Puff and stuff. Fatigue maybe playing a factor here as we see Puff and stuff out there a lot. Riggins finally gets the shot that he needed at the end of regulation. A bit too late though.
Yeah.
Starts overtime off right though for Michigan.
I know, and that has to feel a bit better. You know, he had to be mad he blew that layup. He got by his counterman, but couldn't score, and I got to play 4 minutes.
Simmons on buckets. They have Savage open. Great defense though by Puff and stuff. has to get the foul there, picks up his third of the game, will send Tim Savage to the line for 2 shots.
Again, that hard swipe down. Brutal foul.
Listen, it's a good thing that injuries are off in this league. Otherwise, there'd be a not zero number of broken necks in this league. Mine being one of them.
Yeah, and all these players are built.
First one, no good by Tim Savage. That one careens off the front of the rim.
And
so,
Michigan's credit, they've still not given up the lead since the quarter.
Indeed. Both these teams, I believe, have had double-digit points leads at one point. Though it's really kind of tightened up here, especially at the end of that fourth quarter. Michigan now only a 1-point lead after Savage splits the pair. Here's Puff and Stuff, has a bit of an opening up and through Tim Savage. I believe that was Simmons tried to come over in assistance, but a bit too late on the block, a bit behind there as Puff and Stuff extends this lead to 3 for the Killer Bees.
Yeah. New York choosing to leave counterman. Oh, never mind. I don't know what I was about to say.
Savage now with the top of the key. 8 seconds left on the shot clock. Here's Thomas in the corner. 5 seconds to go. Thomas going to look to drive in. Gets that up and through a leaping Aaron Ike, who I think might have got a piece of it. Thomas with 21 in this one. Turner with 12. Here's Riggins. Now back to Turner. Block gets for 3 on the wing. In and out it goes. Disappointing for the big man. It doesn't get that to fall. Thomas to respond to the other end. Foot of the line. They'll call it 2 points, but gives New York the lead for the first time since the half, I believe.
Yeah, Thomas had 17 points going to halftime. Then he had 2 points third and fourth quarter. Now he's got 4 during overtime.
Aaron Ike gets a nice move through, though, off the screen by Bryant Buckets. So Michigan immediately retakes the lead from New York.
Can't ask for an easier basket than that.
Yep, Simmons working in the post on Buckets. Tries to go up and through, can't get to the fall. Buckets with the board. Now Riggins going to bring it up in transition, working on Counterman. Riggins with the drive, finds Buckets up and over. Counterman. Michigan now up by 3. Buckets with 13. Buckets with a double-double, actually. He's got 12 rebounds, too.
Yeah.
Here's Counterman for 2. Bit off balance there.
Yeah, feeling pumped up after that game-tying shot. End of that game-tying defense as well. Kind of.
As Turner gets called for the charge on Counterman. So
make up for it.
Yeah, a potentially costly turnover. Michigan still up by 3, so New York need one from beyond the arc to tie this one up. Minute 30 left to go here in OT1. Now Counterman working on Riggins, going to look to drive through. Up and over Riggins, blocked by Aaron Ike, saved by Counterman. Up and over Riggins again, bucket and the foul.
This Riggins Counterman matchup has been must-see TV.
This is how you start off Friday night basketball here in Gold Standard. A rarity normally, but again, scheduling and technical issues have made it so. And boy, are we starting off with a bang as Counterman ties it up with the and one.
Yeah, first ever Friday night game, GSP history.
As Riggins, fouled by Counterman, doesn't get the bucket. So Riggins will go to the line for 2 with a minute 13 left to go in the first OT period.
Yeah, both those players going hard at it. Counterman tying up this game, and then Riggins unable to take that lead. Now he's got the chance to extend it a bit on the line. See if he can do it. Cover athlete. Klay Thompson's shot.
Looking at 3 baskets at once at the charity stripe. Doinks the first one off the front of the rim, though. Riggins, as you see, not happy about it. No longer perfect this season from the charity stripe for Riggins.
And Turner had to make sure he never had to shoot. That was good.
Second shot here for Riggins. Going to look to try and focus up on the one in the middle. and does so. Lead now just 1 for Michigan. Minute 13 left to go. Ant Thomas going to bring it up for Kentucky. Again, something to keep in mind. Fatigue potentially playing a factor. Some people in a bit of foul trouble. As Counterman straight through Riggins with the jam.
Counterman has owned this matchup so far in overtime.
Here's Turner to Riggins. Going to look to drive through. Counterman up and through. Can't get the bucket. Counterman with 4 fouls. 53 seconds left to go. Again, something to keep an eye on. Counterman at 4 fouls. Savage at 4 fouls. Puffin Stuff at 3 fouls. I think a couple other Michigan and New York players are on 3 fouls as well, but they don't come immediately to mind.
Take a break.
Man,
2 shots.
but this is why you're such a great announcer. You don't get an analyst like this just anywhere.
I tried my best. Thank you.
Who said you don't know math?
I mean, that wasn't even math. That's just paying attention to the blurbs that come up on these fouls. Props to our production team.
If it number, it math.
First one made there for Riggins. Gonna tie this one back up with 53.8 to go. Second free throw opportunity for Riggins. Up and no good. So Riggins splits the pair again. Ties it up. Here's Counterman. Finds Savage wide open in the corner. No good, but Simmons rather. It's there for the putback. 2-point lead for New York. 45.8 left to go in this one. Michigan calls their first time out of OT.
And Simmons all game has been grabbing those offensive rebounds and putbacks. Nothing more important than that one.
I don't know why, but a wrestling bell just went off here in Killer Beez Arena. This is Slimer Puffin Stuff going to look to drive through on Savage. Going to instead kick it out to Turner. Bounces this off of Ant Thomas for some reason. Wow. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Here's Puffin Stuff on the screen. Truck Turner going to drive up through Savage. Bucket and foul. Savage picking up his 5th of the game.
This is just crazy. Michigan, I don't think, has gotten the shot off. They've been at the line the last 4 possessions.
They got that one off, though, because Truck Turner is on an and one here. But good point. True. It has been a lot of trips to the line so far here for the Killer Bees in this OT period. Turner knocks it down. Michigan up by 1. Skyliners going to call their first time out of OT with 29.6 left to go. 5 seconds going to be separating shot in game clock for New York on this inbound out of the timeout. As you see, Michigan in the bonus already here in OT. Simmons on the inbound, and they did not like what they saw, so Skyliners immediately going to call both timeouts back to back.
Yeah.
Maybe trying to wrest momentum directly away from Michigan here. And I'll be honest with you, I wouldn't be surprised if we see an immediate timeout, regardless of what happens on this New York possession. This is Thomas, now Counterman, who's bullied Riggins so far this OT period. Looks to do so again, up and through. That one no good. Aaron Ike with the board, down to Riggins. Michigan just needs to hold on to it. Tim Savage, though, going to foul out. Picks up his 6th, but a smart foul to send Truck Turner to the line and potentially give New York some life here in OT1.
Yeah, I mean, he had to do it.
That could be disastrous, though, for New York, because that is their star shooting guard. One of their best performers.
See who subbed in for. I didn't get to see.
I believe it was either Ali or Twinkle Toes.
Yeah. Both give you different looks. You need your offense out here.
It is Ali. Michigan up by 3. Here's Counterman. This is who they would need the 3 from. Opts to go for the layup instead. Gets her own board. Needs to push it out. Here's Thomas. 3 ball at the buzzer. Splash, baby. 1.2 to go. And Rusty, we may be going to a second overtime.
And has there been a second overtime with USB?
I don't think there has.
Man.
If there was, it was in the prospect games.
Yeah, there's never been a double overtime game. You might get one here, but 1.7 seconds is a long time. More than enough time to hit the ball and put up a shot.
They literally need a stop and pop opportunity here. Truck Turner had the look, gonna fire it up, super deep 3-ball, can't get it to go. End of OT1, 103 your score. Hey, guess what, GSP? Get those 6s up in chat for the first time in gold standard history. Double overtime here in Michigan. GSP live on Twitch. We'll be right back. Double overtime for the first time in GSB history. Good Lord.
Yeah, neither team wants to give up. They both want to keep playing.
Michigan.
It's been an amazing game.
Yeah, Michigan gonna win the tip-off. Here's Puffin stuff to Truck Turner working on Ant Thomas. Again, remember, New York does not have Tim Savage out there. They may potentially lose Counterman in this corner. Here's Ike, tries to go through King Demora, gets blocked. Simmons comes down with it. Here's Ant Thomas, finds Muller, who's checked in now for Savage. It was Ali out there earlier. Here's Counterman. Again, still kind of bullying Riggins. Gets the screen from Demora. Opts to push it back out to Muller. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Simmons, Thomas, Counterman, 3-ball. Splash, baby!
Oh my god.
It is raining cats and dogs here in Michigan, courtesy of the Skyliners.
Yeah, great offensive showing from Counterman. At that clutch shooter or something. My goodness.
Bucket's going to look to try and fake out Simmons. Doesn't do so. Misses the shot. New York up by 3. Here's Muller going to push it in transition. Tries the drive through puff and stuff. Gets it up and through the defensive specialist. New York now up by 5.
And you mentioned fatigue, and now it's really going to be an impact here. Muller has been sitting on the bench just chilling. Stuff's been out there for a long time now.
Yeah, Puff and stuff going to look to dance again. Muller, the fresher man, sticks with him. This is Riggins. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Screened by Aaron Ike. Doesn't really set Aaron Ike up and through. Gets the foul on Simmons, but can't get the bucket to go.
Yeah. Coach letting the ref have it. Ike will go to the line. Hasn't done. He's been their big man. Been doing good interior defense. Hasn't had much scoring opportunities. Head to the line here.
He has been a presence that Michigan has needed in the paint.
Yes.
Has definitely given the likes of Turner and Puff and stuff some opportunities to drive in, thanks to some crucial screens. Of course, a big presence off the glass. Unfortunately, not the best of free throw shooters as he misses the first there.
Yeah.
Second shot for Aaron Ike, up and no good. So proves to be a good foul there by King Demora, who picked up his third. This is Counterman. Gonna look to drive straight through Aaron Ike. Can't do so. Ball tipped around. Finally grabbed by Buckets, but he steps out of bounds. So New York gonna keep possession with a fresh shot clock. Michigan held scoreless here the past 2 minutes.
And Michigan just getting to the second overtime. They just seem like they're gassed. They've given all they got, and they got a little bit more. Get a defensive stop here and a couple sessions to tie this up.
Yeah, here's Demora. Now Counterman to Muller, working on a fatigued Puff and stuff. Back to Counterman. 10 on the shot clock here. Here's Demora. Not going to pop the 3. Tries to find Muller. Gets that stolen away by Puff and stuff. Here's Riggins through Counterman. Up and no good. Counterman picks up her 5th. Tim Riggins back to the charity stripe. Minute 53 left to go here in OT2.
Yeah, Counterman pleading her case, but that could be crucial. I mean, she's been so clutch this 4th 2 overtime periods.
Realistically, that's kind of why the fatigue game is in New York's favor, is because Savage fouled out in OT1. Counterman's about to foul out, so they'll have to replace her with a fresh being on the floor. Michigan doesn't really have that opportunity as Riggins misses another free throw.
Yeah, and we're gonna look at this box score, and we're gonna look at those free throw numbers and say, yep, that's what ultimately did Michigan in if they can't turn this around. And really, even going in the regulation, they weren't able to hit their free throws. And of course, into overtime to begin with.
Riggins knocks down the second. 4-point lead now here for New York. Minute 50 left to go. Ant Thomas with it now for New York. Muller finds the opening, drives through Puff and Stuff, goes up, no good, tipped around, finally brought down by buckets to Puff and Stuff. Now Riggins in transition, working through Counterman, tries to spin, doesn't go, gonna look to dance a little bit. Instead, Michigan gonna set something up. Now Truck Turner working through, fires up the floater in the middle of the lane, gets it to fall. 2-point lead now for New York. Truck Turner.
How do you even do that?
Very carefully.
Yeah. And good job switching off. You know, New York might have been expecting to attack Counterman to get that 6th foul, but smart play. Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness. Splash.
Jab step.
Bay again pushes the lead for New York back up to 5.
Ooh. Yeah, Reagan has to have the green light to just drive in and attack, because Counterman has just been... She just can't play defense, realistically.
Yep. Counterman looks to drive, fires it up over Riggins, gets that to fall, lead back up to 5, 57 seconds left to go. Counterman's got 28, Riggins with 23, timeout called by the Killer Bees. Their first of this second OT period, 54 seconds left to go, will be 21 left in the shot clock for Michigan when they inbound.
Yeah. I've set the scene. Counterman getting up those Scout Mitchell numbers.
Aaron Ike inbound to Truck Turner. Michigan really needs to find something in a hurry. They go to Riggins, and Riggins gonna get called for the charge on Counterman. I think trying maybe to foul Counterman out of the game with that. Instead, picks up his 3rd himself.
And he pushed off. That definitely was on him. And choosing to foul early. Really best move. Try to double and force a steal if you can.
As Riggins picks up his 5th now. I didn't even see him pick up his 4th, but
yeah. Well, he just had 2 quick he had that charge, and then he had the personal foul right back to back. So he went from 3 to 5 real quick. Or 2 to 5. So you know, Riggins, their go-to guy here. I'd like to see. I think I'd like to see Dante Ali come out and run some pick and roll with him.
Indeed. Thomas misses the first, splits the pair. 6 points the lead here for New York. 42 seconds left to go. At least a 2-possession game here for Michigan. This is Truck Turner. Gonna look to drive. Fires it to Ike. Mid-range over Demora. Gets it to fall. 4-point lead. Michigan now gonna turn to the foul game here. Thomas fouled by Turner, who's only got just his 2nd.
Yeah. Got the chance to make this another 6-point lead. Michigan been doing very well inside, but haven't hit too many threes, so they can keep extending his leads, working in their favor.
First shot, no good there by Ant Thomas. Second shot, good by Thomas, so lead 5 for New York. Ike gonna give it to Puff and Stuff to inbound.
You just gotta be quick with whatever you do, Michigan. Oh, not that.
And out of bounds, the ball goes. Killer Beez going to keep possession, though, so that one could have been costly, but ends up potentially giving Michigan the breather they need.
And
as the Bees called their second timeout.
Or not second quarter, second overtime. The momentum has been totally Skyliners. And a lot of that's because of Counterman and really pushing the pace and having some good defense possessions here, too.
Truck Turner can't get that to fall. Counterman, now Thomas, gets fouled by Buckets. Him his second, 6th-team foul for Michigan, but I think this may be the dagger if Ant Thomas can hit both.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen some crazy things just in this game alone, but it definitely feels like it's all on New York right now. It's kind of their game to lose. It's just been the exact opposite. Oh, my goodness. How this whole game's gone. Great game. It's kind of hard to take away. Like in the polls, who would you really put over one another?
Yeah, as 0 for 2 goes Ant Thomas on that one, so potentially an opportunity here for Michigan. This is Truck Turner, 15 seconds left to go. Turner gonna drive through Demora, finds Riggins, fires it up over Thomas, can't get it to go. Simmons with it. Aaron Knight gonna pick up his first personal foul, but that one I think definitely going to be the dagger.
Yeah, just Michigan unable to hit those final shots in the man, but I mean, nothing's guaranteed in the GSB until it's 0.
First one goes there for Thomas. 6-point lead now for New York. 7.3 left to go. I think, again, this definitely the dagger for Michigan as Ant Thomas goes 2 for 2 that time. So Turner, I think. Oh, I was going to say they're just going to dribble it out, but no, Riggins. You're not going down without a fight. Splash, baby. It goes the cover athlete, but that's going to be the end of it. End of double overtime here in Killer Beez Arena. The Skyliners with the fresher legs come out on top, 117-113. Here in a moment, Rusty going to break down the team comparison and the box score for you. What a game, Rusty.
I know, I saw in the chat that said instant classic, and indeed an instant classic from beginning to end. This game was always tight. Michigan had the lead for a majority of this game, so that
that is
hit and flipped it on its head. New York walking away with the win. Big win for them.
Yeah, this one definitely how you make Friday night basketball special here in GSB as we get a look at the team comparison.
Yeah.
Rusty, anything in particular stick out to you here for either side?
That'd be those the 3-pointers. New York just hit 16 of them, while Michigan only had 4. And those free throws, New York missed 9, but Michigan missing 12, and a lot of crucial misses at the end of the game. Definitely isn't helpful. Other than that, it's pretty balanced for both teams.
Yeah, Skyliners dropping absolute missiles on the hive here in Michigan. 40% from 3. They shot 40 3-pointer attempts. Just under half of their 95 shots were threes. Jesus Christ. As we take a look at the box score here, we'll take a look at the Killer Bees first. Tim Riggins going to be your leading scorer here for Michigan. 26 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists, 10 of 16 shooting, 1 of 2 from the line, only 5 of 9 from the charity stripe tonight, so kind of struggled there. Also had 3 turnovers. Yeah. Truck Turner going to be the number 2 guy here for Michigan. 19 points, 2 rebounds, 7 dimes, 2 steals on 6 of 13. Again, also had 3 turnovers. Slimer Puff and stuff. 19 points, 9 rebounds, 3 steals. 3 assists, 4 steals, 2 turnovers, 7 of 12 shooting tonight. Again, really filling out the stat sheet. Brian Buckets picks himself up a double-double. 13 points, 14 rebounds, and 2 dimes on 6 of 11 shooting. Dante Ali, 12 points, 1 board, 1 dime, 1 steal, 1 turnover, and 4 of 11. Aaron Ike, 6 points, 5 boards, 2 blocks for him tonight. So a bit quiet offensively, but still a producer. 6 points, 6 rebounds, and a block for Sada Baby on 3 of 7. Jeremiah Prophet, 5 points, 10 rebounds, an assist, a steal, and 2 blocks for him on 1 of 3. Petey Wheatstraw finishing 4 points, 1 rebound, and 3 assists on 2 of 7. And to round it out, Quan Wulong Chi, 3 points, 5 boards for him tonight. Take a look over at New York. Rusty, take him through it.
Yeah, Ant Thomas hitting that crucial shot to end overtime and send them into the second overtime. He ends up with 30 points. I tell you, he at halftime he had 17, ends the game with 30, but he only scored, I think, 2 points in the second half. So all those points coming in overtime is insane. He also had 4 rebounds and 5 assists. And Sarah Counterman, Goodness, she's turned it up. 28 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, a steal, and a block. 11 for 19 shooting, 5 or 7 from 3. He said it earlier, she struggled coming in.
Yeah, and I do want to point out real quick while you read Twinkle Toes' stats out, the top 3 scorers here for New York, 16 of 29 from beyond the arc.
Yeah. And so Twinkle Toes Jr., 17 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, and a block. Great stat line for him. Eli Simmons, 11 points, 19 rebounds. I told you he was rebounding good. I didn't realize
he had 7 offensive boards tonight. Holy Christ!
Yeah, I knew it was a lot, but my goodness, seeing the actual numbers is crazy.
Good Lord.
Lucas Mueller with 8 and an assist. Savage, 7 points, a rebound, and 5 assists, and a foul out. Demora also having a good rebounding game, 6 points, 13 rebounds. Assists, stealing 2 blocks. Perfect shooting for him. Vasquez, 6 points, 4 rebounds. Marciano, yeah, had a really good few moments in the game, but 4 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 blocks. And then Xavier Ali not scoring, but still coming up with 4 assists and a block.
Yeah, so that'll do it here from the Killer Bees Arena. Don't go anywhere. Starting in about 10 minutes, we'll have the Memphis Blues traveling to Seattle to take on the Orcas. Rusty, any last words for the people?
Oh my. You just watched a classic, come back for the next one, who knows what you're going to see. Always excitement to see the GSB. Thank you for letting me call it.
Yes, again, stick around. I've been Aaron Hughes. Rusty joining me in the booth for that absolute barn burner of a game. Nighthawk, of course, running production here for us in the truck. GSB, we'll be right back. Stick around. Peace.